Hi there folks, welcome back to the channel. So today's video, it's not about Rosie, more maybe her ugly sister and getting another engine up and running for it. So today's video we're going to strip down the donor engine that has the crack in it. It's already donated a cylinder head if it's a good one, so we're going to have a look inside and see what internals we can make use of if need be. So let's make a start. Well, with the pistons out, and to be fair they don't actually look that bad. I've removed the timing gear, and next up is to get the crankshaft out. Now I've just taken out all the split pins. Well, I won't bore you with the removal of those. Camshaft actually looks quite good in there, folks. So yeah, we'll get the crankshaft out next. So I shall perch you on something where you can sit comfortably, and we shall begin. Right, let's do some nuts. I'll let that one go on. Strange, it's not stopping it. How odd. She's on. Right, pop all these nuts on here. Right, I'm going to take the end ones off first and get the caps off, and then we'll remove the middle two and release the crankshaft. Now this engine has been rebuilt at some point. It has oversized pistons. I've not checked the bearings yet, but I suspect they'll be an undersize. And this crankshaft does look, on the big ends, in quite good condition. Keep my nuts in order. Right. You will do. So. There's one. Ooh. These might not be as nice. Let's have a look. Alright. I don't know. I don't actually look that bad. Ooh, the smell of old engine, folks. Can't beat it. A lot of the time there's oils and things that are trapped in the threads of nuts, etc., and when you undo them it releases the smell, which is quite nice. Right, this might be a bit harder to get out. It's got four bolts, well, nuts to it, studs, and I'm guessing could hold a seal in there. You can see, folks, I'm just looking. Yeah. There's not exactly a lip on that to get it to move. I we could maybe just prise her out, but I don't want to. I have to give it a tap. Have a piece of steel. Nowhere to prise it out from that side. Nowhere to hook it and pull it, shall we say. What we got? I wonder, can we just attempt it to go this way? No, because I can't get in. Okay, now. It's fractionally moved. We may have to undo the rest of the crank and use a crank for a bit of leverage there, I think. Let's take the rest of the bolts out. That's a bit tight. So that one. Where's my tapping stick? Over there. Not exactly falling out. And again, these have probably been in place since, well, I'm guessing maybe the 50s. You know, the engine in Rosie was rebuilt in the 50s. There she's moving. Bloody lot of movement on them studs. There she flies. Ish. I got it. Yeah. That doesn't look bad at all, to be fair. Put it out there. Right, next one. And I'd just like to mention I'm working on the floor for two reasons. One, this technically is just a donor engine that we need the parts out, and it's not exactly going to fit on a engine stand. And also, after having a back and neck injury about 10 years ago, and I was told never to work in the garages again, it's, how should we say, it's more comfy. Right, come on. I'll give you a there you go, that jumped off. Well, with the shell out, looks like we've got any numbers on it, have we? Ah, yeah, you part number, and that looks like 40th undersize. So she's had a crank regrind at some point. It's been a lot worse. Pop it back in the cap. That cap looks rough. I don't know if it's meant to be that way or at some point it's had an issue. So that just leaves the end one. Yeah, that's not just going to fall out, is it? Right, let me have a little think about this. I'll bring you back in a moment. Well, that's moved a little bit. Right. I think what we'll do is we'll just stick one of those on just so it can't fall out and on the floor. Right. Pries it out. She's a bit reluctant to move. Oh. She flies. Yeah. There's the thrust washer. Nearly there. Right, hopefully that'll pull out now. Yeah, one thrust washer, which doesn't look bad. So, there's the other one. That's it. That's a shell bearing in there. There she flies. Right, so now we can actually have the crankshaft out. Right, let's now that is quite a heavy bloody crankshaft, folks. Right, she's out. So let's first of all, and so you can see the other half of the thrust washers there. Camshaft actually looks quite good. A little bit of rust, but definitely usable. Yeah, some of those bearings are a bit mucky, but not too bad, folks. And the crankshaft with its bolt-on counterweights, you can see they've all been marked. That should clean up quite well, to be fair. And no rear oil seal, that basically just slings the oil back in as it's rotating. A little bit of corrosion there, which I should say sits in between the two sort of halves of the shell. There's like a groove for the oil. Yeah. So pistons out, crankshaft out. We just need to remove all the valves, the springs and the cam followers, and then the camshaft can come out. So the pile of parts to be cleaned up is getting bigger. After there we've got the pistons, which to be fair don't look bad. The crankshaft, it's been reground, 40 thou undersize on both big ends and the mains. Oh, she doesn't look too bad. Even the shells are, yeah, I've seen a lot worse. So next up, I've tipped the block back up the right way. Certainly a bit lighter now. And one thing that is noticeable, if you can see on that cylinder there, you can still see what looks like the honing marks from when she was reconditioned. If only the block hadn't cracked, because I don't think this had done much mileage. So next up is to extract these valve springs and collets and get the valves out. We can then get these cam followers out, and then we can get the camshaft out. And the block will be pretty much empty by then. But, as many have commented, it could be repaired, and yeah, totally agree with that. However, we do have obviously that block and the one in the other Karrier, not Rosie, the other one that looks a bit sorry for itself. So yeah, it's a real shame about that, but it is what it is. So next up is to get some valves out. Well, with the crank out, etc. Next up is to remove the valves and the cam followers, and then we can get the camshaft out. So I'll sit you down so you can get a good view, and we'll get them removed. Right, I know some of these valves are seized, which is something we'll have to overcome. I've already taken one off. So yeah, that's the valve spring from the valve that had been removed. And if I pull that one up, that's number 6 inlet valve. Doesn't actually look too bad, to be fair. So the spring is still in there to be removed. So if we go to the next one, now then. There's one collet. There we go. There she flies. That's both collets out. And it should. There we fly. And there's the next one, folks. I'm going to leave them in the hole for now, I think. Right, that cam follower's up, so we need to rotate the cam. Yeah, that one hasn't gone down. It's a gentle tap. Strange. Seem rather stuck. Yes. Yeah, I think this is going to be a problem with some of them. Oh well, let's persevere. Yes, that should definitely be closed. And is it the cam follower? Or is it the valve itself? Yeah, well the cam follower's gone down, folks, but the valve hasn't. Not good. There we fly. Right. Well, that's all the valve collets off. So now we'll have to extract the valves, and we can get the springs out, and then camshaft followers and camshaft. So let's do that. Right. Get the valves out that we can. Some of these are going to be tight. Oh yes, very tight. Now, it would seem the inlets aren't quite so stuck. Oh, they are tight. Right, let's give them a bit of spray. That one come up. Dead. Come on. Definitely a bit tight, folks. Right, I'll give those a soak for a minute or two and bring you back. I'm getting a bit of slack in them now. Oh, that's nice. Very gunged up. Come on. You come in. There we go. So that just leaves this one. Just and that one. Ooh, that one is tight. Well, we all seem to have freed off, folks. We'll get them all out. Run out of space on my little tray, folks. This one. They don't actually look too bad. Now this engine has been reconditioned at some point. It's a shame there's a crack in the block because the cylinders, obviously when this was, before it was had its head off and a valve nick, was probably in quite good condition. Right, valve springs next, and then cam followers. Right then, can we? These are a bit tight to come out, I'll be fair, because they're quite a long spring. Quite a bendy spring as well. Double valve spring. So that's that one. That's good. Nothing. Oh, ow. What's that first? Beautiful. So, will the followers come out? No, they obviously drop out the bottom, folks. Because they're hitting the valve guide above. However, by lifting them all up, we can extract the camshaft, as if they do stay up, of course. Yep, that's not hitting anything now. So hopefully we can remove the cam. Right. Remove the plate that keeps the cam from coming out. We can get on it. It's a bit chewed up, that one. That's a little tap. There she flies. That looks in quite good condition, folks. Right. See if we can extract the cam. There she is. That's not in bad condition at all. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Let's just find somewhere to stand that. Yeah, that's a suitable place. Right, the cam followers have to go downwards, so they'll be next to come out. Ooh. I can smell reconditioning, how should we say, the smell from back in the day when you got a reconditioned engine. It had a very distinct smell, and that's what I can smell now. Right, they're going to be a bit tight to go through, I guess. They've all got a bit of rust at the top, so I'm going to have to clean them up. Nope, that one's going. That one's gone. Right, I'll get these out and I'll bring you back, folks. Well, that's the donor engine apart. We've got the most useful parts out of it. Still a few fittings and things to remove, but for now I've just got a lot of cleaning up to do. So let's take a closer look. Well, we have lots of dirty parts, but some of them look rather useful. The pistons are 20 thou oversize. The bearings are 40 thou undersize, and they don't look too bad. If need be, they could be reused. The valves, we did have an exhaust valve missing. But these are just as I've taken them out, and I think they'll clean up pretty well. Same with the camshaft followers. As you can see, they're all about the same and not in bad condition. The crankshaft does have a few marks. You can just see one there. I've not cleaned it yet, but I should think with a clean and a polish it will be perfectly serviceable. Camshaft, again, looks good. And even the bearings, you should grab some. As you can see, they're not that bad. And of course we've got the cylinder head, which, yes, it wants a skim, but with some new core plugs, etc., and a skim, it'll be perfectly good to go. Which means, at least for this this engine, hopefully we have enough parts, if needed, to make a good one. The cylinder bores are still on standard size. I mean, at the moment they don't look too bad. It'll be interesting to see what they're like after running the hone down them and just giving them a good clean out. If it's all good to go, all the better. But we've got the option of reboring it 20 thou and using those pistons. We have options. So I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. I want to box this stuff up, keep it safe, and then next up, at some point, not quite sure when, because as soon as I've got some space, Rosie will be coming into the workshop for some ignition work, because she does have a misfire. Sounds ignition related. Now we've cleared the obstruction in the carburetor. So yeah, not quite sure when we'll pull the old engine apart, that one. Because once I've got some space, I'm going to bring Rosie in. I want to go through the ignition because she does have a misfire. And now I've got the carburetor clear of the obstruction, you remember the mosquito, and it does rev up. It's more a case of let's get the ignition sorted. She's due an oil change, don't know when it was last done, and reading through the Humber car driver's handbook, it recommends the oil changes are every 2,000 miles, and every 6,000 miles you remove the sump and clear out the sludge, basically. So I think we're going to do that as well. New oil filter, new oil, ignition sorted out, and eventually return to the standard updraft carburetor. So that's all to come, folks. So on that bombshell, thanks for watching, liking and subscribing and all that jazz. Catch you on the next one.